Oh. Good morning, gamers! How are we doing, everybody? Welcome to the Combat Beta. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm excited for today, because today we are going to be playing around with the brand new Tier 95 Magic Dual Wields. They've got 3 different effects. I'm going to test out each 3, and I'm going to go over which ones I think are the most fun or the best, or ones that I prefer. This is basically something Jagex is asking people to do. If you care about what they do for the Tier 95s, try them out in the beta. Understand how they work, and then make your voice heard. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Mr. Sleepsy, thank you for the 4 months. I appreciate it. What is good? Enroy, what's up? Super Bowls, what's up? Cupard, what's up? Madame Apocalypse, what's up? Baseballer, what's up? Pigeon Mob, what is up? Sailor Aelin, what is up? Chef, what is up? SRB Man, what is up? Goopy, what is up? Renko, what's good? What's good? What's good? Am I proud of you, Renko, for doing quests? Sure, we'll say that. I'm down. But yeah, welcome, everyone. Yeah, so with that said, we've got the beta ready. So first thing we'll do is we will read through the news post and, you know, see what's actually what there is to understand. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. Okay. We have just launched today a beta that will run until June 6th to playtest 3 potential concepts for the effects of our new Tier 95 dual wield match. Let's try that again. Sip of water, and then we go again. Don't know how to read. That was really hard. We have just launched today a beta that will run until June 6th to playtest 3 potential concepts for the effects of our new Tier 95 Magic Dual Wield weapons that will be coming from the Sanctum of Rebirth. Players will put them through their paces, give us their feedback, and help us decide on the final design for these weapons. You will also be able to try out a more eccentric change we're considering for Magic. We initially put the idea of switching around Sonic Wave and Concentrated Blast to be Dual Wield and 2H abilities, respectively. But from listening to player feedback since that stream, we've decided to try a more refined approach. We've unlocked the abilities, Magma Tempest, Sonic Wave, and Concentrated Blast. They can be used with either two-handed or dual wielding. This means that you can try out the weapons with the normal live game abilities or mix in G-Sonic and Magma Tempest to see if they could be a better fit. Let us know more about what plays well when you get your hands on them. Be sure to dive in and try out these changes for yourself, and then chat to us about how they play and feel. Can anyone join the beta? Yeah, anybody can. So with that said, which effect? Dive in and get to grips with the new wand and orbs and help decide on what version of the set effect is the most enjoyable. This is your chance to help shape the impact of these powerful weapons, and be sure to be thorough in your feedback. So be sure to be thorough in your feedback. We want to know what you like, what you dislike, what you'd want to see. Really focus on how they feel opposed to is it strong. We can always tweak numbers to increase power, but we want to get the feel right first. So I did want to mention today, we're not going to be doing any math. For the FSOA beta as an example, we did a bunch of math and we wanted to really see, like, is this a nerf? How much of a nerf is it? Is it a buff? We did a lot of that with the FSOA. For this, it's really about which effect is the most fun, which is actually really nice for me because I am an expert in having fun. And I have little to no interest in doing a meta-analysis and a spreadsheet of what is technically the best on paper. We can throw all that out the window. We do not care about what's the strongest. We care about what is the most enjoyable, what is the best effect from a gameplay standpoint. So with that said, we've got 3 different wands and orbs, so let's get into each of them. The streamer had a lot of IRL things recently. I wonder if there are any large life events coming up. You know what's crazy? You guys know about one of the life events, but there's a second, probably similarly level of large life event also coming up, and it's actually before the wedding. Interestingly enough, y'all have no idea what's coming. Y'all got no clue. Okay, and then carry back wrist straps. Get rid of that, get rid of that. We've got an orbital battle staff, which is good. I don't need claws. I don't need melee stuff. Don't need that. Keep the channelers ring. I'm just trying to make like a standard preset for testing stuff out. This seems pretty good. Yeah, that'll work. Wait, am I on World 104? Wait, what happened to the beta? Okay. Did I not? While you're beta testing, do you want to beta test this? Yeah, I would love to. Okay. How many people online? 79 beta testers. About to be 80. Wait, that's actually kind of sick, honestly. Wait, where's my freedom ability? And my anti ability? Hello? Give me 1 second. Wait, Nadia, this is kind of insane. It's just getting every ability that I use just automatic. What? What about when I click stuff? Okay, wait. Unlocked? Okay, so it still doesn't work when I click stuff. But everything else... You can't be on Revo. Ha! Revo users lose again. Okay, but it's based on the bar flash, so it has to be a keybind. Yeah, because there's no bar flash when you click something. Okay. Cool. All right. And then I'm assuming I just do this. Oh my god, that's probably longer than it needs to be. Let's go like that. Put it there. Okay, Nadia, this is really sick. I ain't even gonna lie. This is really really good. So what's not ready about it? That's my question, is like what isn't good about it? Because as of right now, like it seems quite good. You'll see when you start getting abilities that go on cooldown. Oh, okay. Problems are coming. All right. They've got challenge gems, barrels. See, this is nice that they've got abilities for all the brokies. That was a joke, by the way. Okay. Okay. Let's start off with the first set, which is the insatiable wand and orb. I guess we'll augment them. Wait. What am I even meant to perk stuff with? I can't even remember the combo. I'm gonna need more than a couple of these, probably. Okay. So, It's like Aftershock 4 Eruptive 2, no? I think it's this. Yeah, okay. Aftershock 4 Eruptive 2. Oh, and then I need Precise 6. Hello? Okay. Wild. Okay, well, let's get the offhand done. That's kind of insane that I didn't get Precise 6. Okay. But yeah, welcome to everyone. I'm kind of excited, honestly. There you go. P6 genocidal. Okay. Augment this. There we go. Augment that. P6 on. Okay. Very cool. Most important thing is we gotta fix our fashion scape. Bro, it's borked. All right, we're good. Dude, I've got to say, I'm not really a huge fan of the look of the weapons. I just feel like for tier 95, you know what I mean? Like for tier 95, I just feel like I was hoping for a little bit more. I'm pretty disappointed. Wait, I'm on normal prayers. Wait. Could you swap your tectonic mask for a clean one? Okay, rude. I'm most psyched for the dot build. I am not gonna lie. I think I am too. Quick prayers. Okay. Is the actual model for the one in orb? No. Don't worry. Okay, there appear to be a lot of people at dummies. So I'm going to do something very forbidden that you guys can't tell anybody about, okay? There's a super secret dummy location that nobody knows about that I guarantee you no one will be here. Guaranteed. Ready? What? Hello? Okay, never mind. I'm going to my POH. Use a barrel. I don't like the barrels. With the barrels, people just focus on the damage number, and the damage number doesn't matter. Oh no, is my house in green screen mode? Tell me it isn't. Oh my god. We're in hell. uh... Okay, if I purchase grass, is it gonna tell me it works? Okay, cool. Saved. Yeah, green screen mode is kind of pain. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so first thing I wanted to look at is if I Magma Tempest with Duel, do I get an auto? I do. Ooh, okay. All right, so we're kind of testing a bunch of things at once, but first things first, we've got the Insatiable Wand and Orbs. This is the first of the 3 effects. So, for the first effect would be generating a stacking buff using non-basics and then consuming that buff using basic abilities for increased adrenaline. With the second benefit building off the first and giving a flat cooldown reduction for wild magic. When the buff is consumed, giving players a more stable flow of damage and adrenaline. So it's adrenaline and it's damage. So, non-basic abilities generate 2 stacks of Insatiable for 3.6 seconds. Basic abilities consume Insatiable, increasing adrenaline gain by 25%. So you get an extra couple adrenaline, basically. So, from 8 adren to 10. So actually, wait, let's see that really quick, because I've got 2 stacks right now. I'm 85 adren. Now I'm 96.2 adren. Okay. That was a good chunk of damage. Or, sorry, that was a good chunk of adren, actually. And then I still have a stack. Why is that? Is that Xanic? Wait. Is that freaking Xanic? No. It's not. What? Bro, should be called unkillable. Wait. Okay, which mod? Which mod made it Xanic? Like, genuinely. Dude, I hate that. Okay, anyway. So it seems like your max stacks are 2. But then the way that it's going to work is then my next 2 basics are going to give me bonus adrenaline. Yeah. Cool. So that part's pretty simple. But what about the wild magic part? How does that part work? Consuming Insatiable reduces the cooldown of wild magic. Oh, okay. Wait, that seems pretty good, actually. Okay. So let's get our crit buffs going. Ooh, should I dump a Fasoa in an EOF for this? Maybe I should. Hi, Max. Keep paying the 14 months. I think I should, because in the beta they've got charging. Yeah. Yeah. I've got to chuck a Fasoa. Sorry. How come all the pets are loose? I forgot to pay the groundkeeper. You can G-Cog and 2H, yeah, but how do you Fasoa spec? I'm not worried about the G-Cog. I'm worried about the Fasoa spec. There. All right. Welcome to Fractured Staff of Armatal EOF days. Perfect. We're in hell. Okay. Yeah, so a big feedback point is I don't think these weapons should have charging. Because if they do, everyone is just going to EOF the Fractured Staff of Armatal. That's just the way that it's going to work. With that said, team, I think it's time. Okay, are you guys ready? One thing I will say is interesting is not needing to Fortic is kind of cool. Okay, so I'm now in Fasoa spec. I'm consuming my Insatiable, and Wild Magic's off again. Okay, there's my Wild Magic, and then it's 2 basics. And then it's Wild Magic again. Okay. It's definitely powerful. You just get to spam wild magic a lot. 12 seconds, and then 5 seconds, and then, yeah, so you're wild magicking every few abilities. Aura doesn't matter. Damage numbers don't matter. Okay. All right, let's try it again in a second. Wait, does this thing have a special attack too? Special attack, PH Devourer. What? Wait, what's the special attack do? Wait, I didn't even notice that. Hello? PH do Devourer stuff. What? What's Devourer stuff? Okay, apparently it's do 2,000 damage. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and say I would be pretty sure this special attack is not. Mud Sponge, you know, Mud Sponge is a busy person. All right. Cool. All right. Let's do another Faso rotation. Okay. Yeah, we've got all our crit bonuses. Okay, y'all ready? Yeah, so I need to hit K to Fasoa and then go back to my ABS. All right, let's go. Okay, so there, I've got 2 stacks. But ideally, it's like... you want to wild magic pretty quickly. Because if you Insatiable and then Insatiable again, wild magic comes up basically every 3 abilities. And then you wild magic again. Yeah, the only thing that's kind of weird is... I am finding that I'm just wild magicking a lot. Wait, I never Fasoa spec'd. Wait, what? Wait. Did I not? Oh, I hit the wrong button. Okay, yeah. Sorry, we'll try that again. I was gonna say, my adrenaline was not good, but that would be why. Yeah, give it a second. I also do wonder if, I wonder if... Actually, no. It makes sense. Never mind. All right, let's go. So, conceptually, right? It's like this. Okay. There's my Fasoa. And then here, I'm going to wild magic right away so that I can spend my Insatiable on more adrenaline. And then wild magic is back, just like that. Okay, I do have to say, the adren feels pretty nice. Jesus. Yeah, the adren feels quite nice. I'm on 100% adrenaline right now. Yeah, and getting to wild magic all the time, I think it's pretty fun. Yeah. Now, the one thing that is a little bit interesting is I am guessing this changes the meta off of Armadil Battlestaff a little bit. Because damage per tick-wise, wild magic is better than an ABS spec. And you need to use basics to get wild magic off. So in that sense, it kind of makes magic a little less EOF locked. What I mean by that is well, it doesn't make it less EOF locked because you still need to EOF it because of the charging. But if they remove the charging hypothetically, I think you could do a pretty good magic rotation without using any EOF specials, which in general I think is a good thing. So as an example here, I should have plenty of stuff to do, even without using an EOF. Like, I shouldn't necessarily need it for spillover adrenaline, because I'm using my basics, and then I've got wild magic again. We'll do a 3-hit Asphyx. We've got wild magic again. Yeah, there's a lot of wild magic happening. So, in that sense, it definitely... I think magic feels better with this effect. Just in the sense that you don't need to just dump EOF specs the whole time to still get a pretty good rotation out. So that's something I definitely like about the first one. Would this make Ivan staff better? Probably. I'm actually gonna buy one right now. Yeah. But that's my main thought on the first one. Like, the effect is good. It has a good synergy with it has a good synergy with Fasoa in the sense that you need adrenaline, and it gives you adrenaline, gives you extra adrenaline, and then the wild magic cooldown reduction just makes one of your stronger abilities usable more often. So, to me, I would say seems definitely interesting. Like, if it came out with number one, I wouldn't be mad about that. Like, there's nothing that's like, to me, that's bad about it, other than taking the charging off of it, obviously, because the charging is not good. Do I have an Ivan staff? Oh, I don't. Uh-oh. Okay, let's get an Ivan staff. And Jigonga 2H ability. Understand why they did as both in this beta. They did it because whatever dual wielder 2H has G-Conk, whichever one has G-Conk is what people are going to use. G-Conk is so powerful that it will literally form the meta. The meta will be around G-Conk, so unlocking it is the only way for there to be kind of the ability to use either one. Otherwise, there will only ever be one. Do I really need to kill a disciple of Ivan? Okay, bro. All right, let's go. And those bots are alts. Wait. Did I not? Okay, wait. Let's this way. Let me see. Are they bots or are they not bots? They could be bots. These are bot names, but like people altscape like crazy too, so it's kind of hard to say. All right, let's go. Hey, Raph, what's good? But yeah, I can't. I'm not going to accuse someone of being a bot because of their RSN being a little bit silly and goofy. Yeah, no, so you should take a look at the news post, but basically what they said is, based on player feedback, it's more likely they're just going to unlock G-Conk entirely, which I think is really good. I think G-Conk is better to be used with both, because that way Fasoa campers too don't need to switch. So it makes the game better for Fasoa campers. And then in addition to making life easier for Fasoa campers, you just don't have this thing where you're coming out with tier 95 duels, but the duels don't have the access to the strongest ability in the game, which is G-Conk. It kind of makes sense to me. Yeah, so we're still testing the first one right now. We're going to go through kind of all three, and I'll give you my thoughts on all three. So far, though, I like one, and it definitely synergizes with Fasoa. So, like, people are definitely going to still use Fasoa, but then you're going to put these things on and camp them. Which I think is kind of cool in that sense. Like, you're kind of killing 4-ticking for a lot of things, which I think is possibly not a bad thing. Yeah, my main thoughts of Dual Wield 1 is 4-tick attack, 4-tick AA is gone. Fasoa and then switch. Basically the same as current, but even less benefit to 4-tick AA. Nice for not needing EOF. Damage. Yeah, that's something I really liked, is you get a lot more damage off just by doing way more wild magic and outside of sun. And then Okay. They are move charging. Would you stall Fortic? Probably not. No. Because here's the thing. Forticking, I don't think is terribly... I don't think forticking is terribly needed. If you're like... would you not rather get stacks? I would rather get and spend stacks that reduce Wild Magic's cooldown. It's possible forticking is still good, but it definitely gives you a good alternative. But yeah, we're at the very beginning of things. Like, all we've done is look at one so far. And what we've realized is I'm going to have all this extra adrenaline. And that it may not be the best to dump it into... It may not be the best to dump it into the... what's it called? Dump it into the Orbital Battle Staff. Because if you're ABS speccing... That's a lengthy special attack that takes away from the amount of times I can Wild Magic. So what I'm thinking is... But... Oh, there you go. Okay. I'm in staff. Very good. Throw it in. I do agree, though, that current day forticking is like... Put it this way, I wouldn't be furious if something else came along that was similar to forticking in the damage sense, but wasn't forticking. It's okay. In general, I think people need to chill about everything. Just in general, I think people are very, like, uptight about every little thing. It's gonna be fine. Whatever they do, it's gonna be fine, probably. All right. Have I used G-Staff yet? I had a GZ staff, but I'm getting a lot of adrenaline to the point that I don't think I need a G-Staff or a Z-Staff. Or sorry, I don't think I need a G-Staff. I think the Z-Staff will be better. Or sorry, the Ivan Staff will be better. But we're about to find out. Let's go. Scripture full become multiplicative in Berserk similar to DBA. I have no idea. I don't think it is. Can we see the two-handed G-Conk animation? Absolutely. I'm assuming it's just going to break. Okay, yeah. Ironically, the Magma Tempest one kind of works great. All right, let's go. Okay. So here, what we want to do is we want to Wild Magic as soon as possible. Then use our two basic abilities so that we can just Wild Magic again. Yeah. Okay. And then when you get the right procs, there's the Z-Staff. More Wild Magic. Or more Ivan Staff. Bang. Holy. Okay, that was pretty fun. I liked that. I definitely liked that. I enjoyed that. Okay, let's do one more, but I enjoyed that. I could get behind this one. And then the idea, too, is outside of Sunshine, getting to Wild Magic all the time, that's a permanent thing. That's something I think people aren't really talking about, but for Magic campers, which are most people that use Magic, look at this. My Wild Magic is just constantly available. I'm just spamming it. Which I think is, like, really, really cool. All right. Now let's do a Sunshine. There's the wild magic. Yeah, it'll be like wild magic, G-Conk, other ability, whatever you want. And then you can just wild magic again. And then whenever you get lots of adren, blast, G-Conk. Yeah, G-Conk is definitely important, though, to the rotation. Like, you definitely want to G-Conk a lot, but... yeah, without G-Conk, I think this would be a lot less good. But, yeah, like, look how much I'm just spamming wild magic. I get my 2 stacks, I do my 2 basics, I do 1 or 2 more abilities, and then I can just wild magic again. And then it's the same. You seem to basically always have the 2 stacks as well. Like, it's pretty easy, like... okay. The thing I like about this is the structure of it. The structure of it is fun. Because what you're doing is basically, you do a threshold, you do 2 basics. You do a threshold, you do 2 basics. And that, for whatever reason, that makes my brain happy. All right, ready? So there's my wild magic. 1 basic, 2 basics. And then it's going to be Omni Power. Wild magic. Blast. 1 basic, 2 basic, blast. Wild magic. 1 basic, 2 basic, blast. Wild magic. Yeah. It's quite fun. I will say, it reminds me a little bit of the old Berserk rotations with Greater Barge that just felt kind of nice to do, I guess. Yeah, so anyway, that's my current sentiment is I would not be mad about this effect, this first effect, at all. Can you show 2H if G-Conk animation is scuffed? I'm curious what they did. Oh, they just didn't do anything to it. Here, it just looks like this. Wah, wah, wah. Can you try this without G-Conk? Are you with G-Sonic instead? Okay, so I mean, they said in the news post pretty clearly that based on feedback, they're not gonna do the swap. But all right, let's try it without. Yeah, I have a feeling this is gonna be much less fun. I did get a relentless though. Okay, ready? J, bang. All right. Yeah, the idea would be. Conceptually, it's the same, though. Like, I'm just not going to have any adren because my adren was coming from G-Conk. But yeah, it's the same thing where you're just spamming wild magic a lot. It's not unfun, honestly. Yeah. It's just, yeah, G-Conk is the sauce, you know? Yeah. I don't see a way that they make G-Conk only work for one or the other. I think they're going to keep it as both. But yeah. My asphyxiate broke. But anyway. We're going to give you that back. You know what I like about unlocking the 2 abilities too? Is you can then use G-Sonic instead of G-Chain on a single target. Which is kind of nice. It kind of feels good. But yeah, I think those are my final thoughts for the first one. So, what do we have here? If charging, Fasoa, and then switch. Oh, no, sorry. If not charging. And then if charging, Fasoa, EUF. Yuck. Can't do Wield. Well, Management is nice for not needing EUF to deal damage, plus outside of sun. Makes it feel... I quite like it. Plus outside of sun. Okay, cool. And then I'll also mention... Got it. How do I feel about magma? In general, magma is very warm. All right. I'm loving the charging. I mean, like, 4-ticking is going to be dead anyway. So to me, putting charging on it doesn't really matter. It's just, do you want to EOF your Fasoa, or do you want to put on your Fasoa, spec, and then switch to duels, which is basically what people do now. Yeah, like, to me, the only difference is Cluers want charging because then everyone needs another EOF. Pushes people to hating EOF more, so they might change it sooner. Okay. Mika's being outright unserious. Thank you. All right, let's get another set of perks. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do charging. Like, my guess is that they keep the abilities unlocked and they get rid of charging. Wait, is Mod Sponge here? Hold. I don't think Sponge is here. They said they're getting a charging. Yeah, they said something in the Discord. Wait. Where? Wait, but where, though? That's Nadia. What? I don't know where Sponge is. Okay, whatever. I was gonna ask about the charging thing. Why don't I ask Sponge now? Sponge. Are you up? All right, Sponge is typing. He said, I'm at the gym. What's up? Oh, bro. Now I feel bad. To be fair, I messaged him on his work Discord. I didn't message him on the personal. I hit him on the work Discord. Now he's asking me how I'm finding the beta. Sponge, one specific question. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pass this along to you guys because it's good to know. I'm so sorry. You guys can make fun of me for typing. This is very unprofessional, but I'm getting info for you guys, so Allow it for a second. Okay, so I said that unlocking G-Conk is probably the play. Okay. So, they're not certain about the charging thing. But the current feel is that they're not gonna need to go through with charging. So, that is the current sentiment. So that's really good. So yeah, I think we don't need to stress too much about charging. Which is good. He's so funny. I was like, hey, quick question. He's like, hey, I'm at the gym. What's up? And then he was like, how are you finding the beta? I told him I'll tell you later. Okay. Chat, we've tried out thing 1. It's time for thing 2. Aftershock 3? Okay. Bro, I have the worst perk luck in history. Genuinely? Like, how? That's crazy. You know what? I'm gonna get all of them now. Just so we can test all 3 faster. Okay. How am I liking the beta? I'm good so far with it, yeah. I mean, I hate it. Jagex is so out of touch. Where are the melee weapons? No, not all of them. Oh, no. Okay, give me you, give me you, give me you, give me you. Okay, safe. The Destruct Wand and Orb, and then the Corrupt Wand and Orb. Okay. So now let's augment all these up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, Destruct Wand. Aftershock 42. Destruct Orb. There we go. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get more overloads and get the testing. I will say as well, I just think it's good that they're doing a beta. Just in general, I think that's a solid precedent. All right, let's go to the PUH, and this time we don't ever have to leave. We could just chill there. All right, team, here we go. So yeah, the things about the first set of weapons that I liked, the first effect, I liked the idea that it buffs one of your existing abilities. I liked the structured feel, and I liked that it gave people a little bit more juice, both inside of like Sunshine Fasoa spec, but also outside too. So that was the stuff I liked about the first one. I would not be mad if the first set effect came into the game. Having not tested the other two, I wouldn't be mad if that is what the tier 95 dual wields did. But now, let's get into the second one. 100% 2. The second set effect would be building off from the first, but instead of a stable flow of cooldown reduction, it would just be a more powerful RNG effect. So, you get the exact same Insatiable, but consuming it has a 1 in 3 chance to refresh the cooldown of Wild Magic completely. So you could just Wild Magic, basic ability, Wild Magic, if you're lucky. So let's see what that feels like. So that is the Destruct Wand and Orb. And we've got them on now. Oh, man. I don't think I'm going to like this one as much, but we'll see what happens. Maybe it'll be great. Stop doing these beta streams, start doing alpha streams, like taking a note from Sponge and going to the gym. Okay, Mika. All right, team, are we ready? Here we go. Okay. So, the idea is we want a Wild Magic basically really early. Instant Wild Magic again! Go! Again? What the hell? They said it was a 30% chance. I'm getting every time. 4 Wild Magics! What the hell? Give me 5. That's 5 Wild Magics! What in the hell? It's 6. Okay, it seems borked. There's no way I got that to proc 6 times in one sunshine. Wait. Is it per hit? No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be. It couldn't be. Maybe it is. Okay, ready? Let's Wild Magic. What the hell? Reset. All right, again. Okay, that time it didn't reset. Dude, that was wild. Why did it proc so many times? Okay, Wild Magic. 2 basics. And then 2 basics. I think I just got really lucky. Yeah, I just got really, really lucky. There we go. Just reset. Oh, man. It's interesting. It's like, man, what do I prefer? Because they're the same effect, basically. Just one has a chance of working, and the other one just works. Oh, man. I'm gonna be a little more thorough here, but holy crap. All right, let's get my Fasoa EUF back. All right, let's start blasting. Oh, we got Wild Magic back. Dude, I just have full adrenaline, dude. I got Wild Magic back again. And again. Come on, one more. One more. One more. I feel like this is activating more than it's supposed to. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely feels like it's working more than 33% of the time. Wait till you lose the gamble. I'm not gonna lose. I'm just gonna keep playing and keep winning. What do you mean lose? You think I'm gambling to lose? What an L mentality. Alrighty, go bang. Wait, chat, why didn't my wild magic reset? Not this time, surely. Wait, it's not resetting. What do I do? Do I have to use the other abilities in the book? It's not resetting at all. Bro, did Nadia curse me? All right, it's done. It's reset. Okay. That time I only got 2 procs. Does magma help reset it? It counts as a basic ability, but it doesn't, like, every hit doesn't count. Like, cause like, look, here, I get the stacks. Magma costs 1, and then, yeah. Do autos still give stacks? Autos? Wait, stacks for the thing? No. No, your auto doesn't give you like unstable stacks or whatever it is. It's just thresholds. And it's not based on the number of times they hit either. It's just like use a threshold, get 2 stacks. Yeah, so this is the spam wild magic one. There we go. Again. Oh no. All right, give me one more. This way I can just only G-Conk for my entire rotation. Oh my god, it happened again. Or sorry, only, yeah, it's just G-Conk wild magic. And then again, G-Conk wild magic. And then again, no, okay, this is, I think it's bugged in the beta, man. There's no way it's 4 times in a row. There's no shot. Yeah, okay. Dude. 35% consuming destruct to refresh cooldown. Wait. I think it's 35% per stack. Oh, it is. Okay, that makes way more sense. Okay, so yeah, it's a lot more common than the other one that always reduces it by 6 seconds. This one, yeah, because, yeah, sorry. I didn't realize you get 2 stacks of destruct, right? Yeah, okay. That makes sense. That actually makes perfect sense as to why we're getting so many activations. Yeah, it's because it's 35 per. See, part of the optics of this that are gonna be a little weird is like, I feel like people are obviously gonna prefer this one, but it's also just better. Like it's a way stronger effect, is it not? Yeah, 35% per stack is kind of crazy. Yeah, so my thinking is like, assuming it's balanced to be the same as the other one, in terms of like how good it is. So it'd be like 15% chance per proc, right? Does that make it way less fun? Because to me, like, I think the thing that's fun is that I'm spamming wild magic a lot. You know? I just wild magicked. I just wild magicked again. That's, I think, the concern a little bit, is like, if to balance it, they make it proc half as much, I think I prefer the first effect. Yeah, maybe it's not better. Wait, let me use my brain really quick. Okay, so 1-1, it's a guaranteed a guaranteed 35% reduction in cooldown every time you use it. So you use it twice, you're taking off 70% twice. Whereas this one has a 35% per. Okay, so then are they the same then? Yeah, maybe they are the same. Never read metrics. People need to not look at the damage numbers. They've specifically said that none of it's balanced. They just want to know which effect is more fun. So we're not doing DPS gems. We're just doing what we enjoy from a gameplay standpoint. I think over long term, they're the same. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I thought I was going to dislike the... I thought I was gonna dislike this one, but I'm not really disliking it. It just depends on if you want consistency or you want RNG. I think different players prefer different things. The one thing I will say that's bad about the RNG is that you have to waste a lot of time scanning your action bar and staring at your cooldown. That's one thing that I don't like about the RNG. Because we don't have a dedicated, like, place to put specific, like a magic job gauge, right? That is one thing that I do think makes this version worse in the current game. Is like, if you're fighting a boss with this, I think people aren't thinking about how often you're going to have to just look back at your cooldowns. Every 2 seconds, you're going to have to look and see if you got a wild magic reset. And that's something that I don't really think is maybe the best. Yeah, to me, that's definitely a weakness of this design. Is the consistent one is consistent. And because of that, you can actually look at the boss you're fighting as opposed to just staring at your wild magic cooldown. Yeah, I think it needs an indicator for when it proc. Maybe there is one and we haven't noticed it because we're staring at our cooldowns the whole time. No, it doesn't seem like there is. Okay, yeah. Both are bad because they don't require any thought to get extra damage. I feel like that doesn't necessarily make them badly designed. Like, they change how an ability works and how a cooldown works. If by no thought you mean they have to press a different ability when the cooldown gets changed, like, does that not count as thought? If that doesn't count as thought, most things in this game don't count as thought. Or am I misunderstanding? They feel very Revo friendly. That's true. What if we made a little baby Revo bar and just put wild magic right at the front? Maybe that would fix it. Magic reset. All right, chat. I'm gonna make a Revo bar. Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't know. I don't know that that's necessarily a good thing. Hi, Suspect Gaming. Thank you for the Prime sub. Yeah, dude, my wild magic just keeps resetting. They really need to change what they look like? Why? I think they look great. But they feel pretty final to me, no? If you don't mind me asking, what don't you like about the look of them? Because, like, I don't think I would change a thing. Okay, so there, I've wild magic twice. I'm gonna Omni. I've wild magic 3 times. And then G-Conk. Didn't get the proc. Didn't get the proc. Have you tried a third option? Not yet. I have not. Just done the first two. Are we examining today? Probably not. Do I have a command for my pad order? 246153. Cool. Okay. I think I found number 2 more fun than number 1. Was really fun. What's the word? I think they could fix this if there was a good sound or visual when you get a proc. Yeah, that's the big thing. Like, I didn't think I was gonna like it, but saying wild magic was really fun. Main concern is scanning Rainbow. You kind of have to constantly monitor your wild magic cooldown. Needs a good sound visual when you get a cooldown to reset proc. Otherwise, you just have to stare at it for all eternity. What else? What else do we think about this one? I think they're effectively the same effect. Well, they are the same effect. Mars Mania, your favorite streamers live? Wait, Cash is streaming? Hi, Smithy. Thank you for the 3 months. I appreciate it. I will say, as with anything RNG, when you don't get the procs, it can... Well, to be fair, though, the thing about, like, when you get the procs, your whole rotation is just wild magic spam. When you don't get the procs, you can start just cycling through other abilities, like Tendrils and 3-8 is Fix and everything else. So, like, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing where when you don't get the procs, it's like you have no damage. Can change the rotation a lot, but didn't feel like no procs equaled no damage. Yeah, I think that's kind of a big thought of it, is like on the Sunshines where I didn't get a lot of procs, I didn't feel like I was getting scammed. Like it didn't feel, obviously it didn't feel as good as getting a million procs, but it didn't feel terrible either, because I just had other stuff that I could use. Like if the Omni Power cooldown was what was getting reduced, that would be like, you know? Like there, I didn't get a proc, so now I could just Iban Blast. There, I just got a proc, so I can Wild Magic again. Wild Magic again. I do think it's interesting, too, to have to think on the fly a little bit with regard to, like, okay, do I want to try to get a Wild Magic proc spamming basics, or do I want to dump with the adrenaline that I have? New meta EOFSOA, I wouldn't worry about that because I don't think that's going to stay, the charging thing. We heard from Sponge, and he said that they're kind of leaning towards not needing to use charging. I made a meme about the beta. Oh, I hope this is high effort. Mika, the machinations of your mind are truly brilliant. I like the creeper with wild magic for eyes. I don't get it. Well, it's Minecraft. It's because there was a Minecraft update that was like the wild something update. Okay. Like the feeling of high highs and low lows. What gives longevity? aka not getting bored. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that is a good point as well. For Wield 1, getting a proc at can be weird. But I just found the timing was a little weird at times for Wield 1. Where you get wild magic and it's like, oh, it's 3 seconds from being up, but then how many abilities is 3 seconds? You know what I mean? Because cooldowns are displayed as seconds, but this is fractional. EX. I'll say EX 2S cooldown. How many abilities do I use before I can wild magic? Yeah, I definitely noticed that. I totally agree with you that like it goes on to a 2-second cooldown and then you're like, okay, is that 1 ability? Is that 2 abilities? Because you don't want to waste a tick. So I definitely, yeah, I agree with that. 2 definitely feels more casual and 1 feels a little more structured, which like structured can be a good thing or a bad thing. Is ABS dead? Why Ivan? Okay. So the reason I'm using an Ivan staff instead of ABS is ABS channels for a long time. And that's just a long time to not be running basics to try to get a wild magic reset, basically. So I decided that an Ivan staff would be better for this spillover Adren. I don't know if it's actually better on paper, but like here, let me do a sunshine rotation with the let me do a sunshine rotation with the ABS, and you'll kind of see what I mean, I think. Where like I want a wild magic ASAP, right? And then I want a wild magic again. There's a little Asphyx, Omni Power. Like right here, I didn't get the proc, but channeling a whole ABS like that just takes a lot of time. Where I'd rather use something that's 1 GCD. Yeah, that's all I was thinking. How is making active decisions for abilities casual? Like you can't spreadsheet it. It's just get the proc, it makes the sound, you hit wild magic. That's not hard or skillful, right? It's an RNG proc where if you get it, you use wild magic next. Which is pretty, yeah, that makes it more casual than something that is always 100% consistent that you can spreadsheet out a perfect optimal rotation for. Casual? Not casual. Can you overcap a Dren easily? COE is better. Decision making if you don't get a proc is not casual. Isn't not getting a proc just like... I mean, I think it kind of depends how you think. But I think most players would see something that is... There's one optimal way to use it at all times as more intense and harder to do than something that is, whenever it activates, hit wild magic. Whenever it doesn't, hit something else. You're welcome to disagree with me though, but that's what I think about it. I want number 2 because I'm not casual. No, but like my guess is like very endgame players that really like really like having a perfect rotation and spreadsheeting stuff will not like 2, but they will like 1. generalization, but, you know. Fuck the endgame players. Pervertations are not casual friendly at all. The game is developed around not being able to make any mistakes. Okay, I'm gonna time you out just because you're coming in here with a lot of hostility, and I just don't think that's needed. What? That is also a little wild to say when you can literally revo every single piece of content in the game and make an infinite amount of mistakes. But, you know. All right. Well, we've spent some time going through 1 and 2. Now what I want to do is I want to get into the one that is by far the most intriguing. It's time for the magic bleed build. Oh man, I'm scared. I'm scared of this one. Oh boy. I hope you guys are ready. Current relic setup, probably just like COE and heightened senses. And no, sorry, just COE Fury the Small. Don't endgame players praise how good RNGs and taser dations with good enhancing abilities? I honestly just think a lot of endgame players just like doing the most damage. And having infinite adrenaline dump and specs gives you the ability to deal a lot of damage. That's what I think it is, honestly. All right. Wait, I used Sunway down to 10? Wait, what? Are my relics wrong? What? Wait, what? Dude, I just did 32,000% Enraged Zamorak. With what? Wait, why can't I type cape? Arc. What? Oh my god, my dummy is taking damage. Redoes everything? No, that doesn't matter. That's the beautiful thing about not worrying about damage figures. Is it's annoying, but it doesn't invalidate any of the testing that we did. They're quite literally like, nothing is balanced. What do you think is the most fun? And then people are like, your arc relics were wrong. Nothing can... Oh. Oh. I know what I did. OCS guide. OCS guide. All right. Let's do this. I mean, I'll happily throw on the proper relics and do a couple more sunrots with the first and the second one. Have I tried camping the Fractured Staff of Armadil? In the beta to try out 3 different types of dual wields. I can't say I have. That felt like it would be a little out of scope. Alright. Alright, let's go. Alright, so this is going to be 1 Sunshine Rot with option 2. And then we'll go back to option 1 for 1 as well. Let's go. Okay, putting it out there, COE is kind of just nice to have. Okay, yeah, the extra adrenaline, definitely nice. There we go, Wild Magic again. Blast. Yeah, but here I'm not getting procs, so we use the Blast again. But I'm still not getting procs. There we go, Wild Magic, there we go. Not getting procs. My adrenaline is full. And that's it. And then Wild Magic is back. All icon of the game is rerollable, but anything moderately high-end pretty much requires best not everything to completely succeed. That's just factually incorrect. I'm sorry to tell you that. Like, I really am. And I'm not saying, like, I don't mean that in a disrespectful way or, like, a skill issue way, because, like, I know learning this game can be really, really hard. But that's completely and utterly incorrect. But I understand being frustrated with learning the game. I think the game does a bad job of teaching you the game. And because of that, a lot of people think it's a lot harder than it is or have a difficult time understanding stuff and succeeding. But it's never a gear issue. It's always a lot of people don't know how abilities work and then don't know how to learn how abilities work. There we go. Wild magic. Blast. Blast again. All right, cool. Can I try out some bosses? Yeah, I want to go through the third one first. But before I do that, let's put on the insatiable one. So we're back on number 1 now. The first type. All right, let's go. All right, so now this is the consistent one. Yeah, I think it's good to go back and forth between the two as well to like get a good understanding of... Yeah, see there's an extra tick. That's the one thing I don't like, is there's that one extra tick there. Yeah, we're well, you know what? Am I insane? I think I prefer 2. I think I prefer the instant reset with RNG, which I really didn't expect. Disagree about ability bloat? Per style, RS has far fewer abilities than most styles. Yeah, it's not really ability bloat. It's just not... Like, I think there are 2 different types of bloat, too, that kind of get... They kind of get bunched up together. But there's bloat in terms of, like, all of the things you have to pay attention to and all the stacks and all that stuff. But then we also have a lot of bloat with regard to all the stuff you need to keep track of. Vulnerability, potion cooldowns, every little thing that has a timer, everything on the buff bar. And I think all of that stuff is actually... Like, if I were Jagex and trying to make the game easier to get into or learn or understand, my focal point would be reducing all of that stuff. Because I don't think the actual, like, combat in the game is hard. I don't think that the actual using the abilities stuff is hard, or the mechanics of bosses that are quite telegraphed is hard. I just think they're hard in the context of having to monitor 20 things at once and also do the thing. So that'd be my my hot take of the day. My Grimoire's out of charges? Oh no. Help! Alright, time to beg for a Grim page. But yeah, anyway. Oh no. Anyone got a Grim page? What did I eat today? I have not eaten yet today. How is this how the water orb will look visually? No, they're placeholders. What? Bro, I don't need 149 bill of Zamorak comments. But I mean, while we're here, thank you for giving me one of every item in the game other than a Grim page. Any Grim page havers, I will pay exactly 94 bill. Let's go. Heck yeah! All right. Slight overpayment? No. The person that traded me it is a real-world trader, and the GP was actually marked. They were marked bills. I had to offload them quick. Let's look at number 3. Waterset 3, an alternative playstyle of increasing damage over time effects that ramps up in power the more stacks you have. Adds effects like refreshing their cooldowns or making them hit instantly. So, with 1 stack, dots deal 30% more damage, so Combust and Corruption Shot. Then 2, damage over time abilities generate Essence Corruption with each hit. Essence Corruption stack, your damage over time abilities have a 30% chance to empower, dealing the damage instantly, refreshing their cooldown. So basically 1 in 3 dots you use, you can instantly pop and then pop again. And then at 25, deal bonus damage against enemies. 100% of stacks plus 100% of your magic level. So this is like making small hits deal more damage. So at 25 stacks, you want to use something like Magma Tempest that hits a bunch of times low. And then at 50, basic abilities generate extra adrenaline over 6 seconds. So this is the most interesting one by far. And I will say, something I immediately like about it is building stacks is a little anti-hybrid. And I don't think hybriding is bad, but I think the reason people hybrid is because you don't lose anything by hybriding. You just get to benefit of all of the ults at once. And you get to stack every buff at once that the game has to offer. So conceptually, something you need to leave on for a little bit, I actually prefer, because someone who's Bridding is still going to want the tier 95, and it's going to be their best bet. But for someone that's actually mage camping, they're going to get more juice out of it than the person hybriding. And I really, really like that in a good way. So that's something that I really like. With that said, let's get it. Let's just start attacking and building some stacks. So the things that are going to build stacks are... Wait, I didn't put them on. Here we go. There you go. There you go. Cool. So yeah, Magma does not build stacks. So it's just Corrupt and Combust. So Corrupt, go. I've got a stack. Combust. Oh! Oh wait, no, that was my gloves. Yeah, my gloves did that. All right, I would like 100 stacks, please. Okay, that popped instantly for a bunch of damage, and it instantly reset the cooldown too. So I can just use it again. Dude, seeing a corruption go off all at once is really funny. Okay, combust. Do it. Instantly. Do it again. And then I can pop this one with Dragon Breath if I want. Don't forget you can walk combust. Well, can you walk combust if it pops instantly? You can, but only on a target that you're like walking as you combust, yeah? Okay. So maybe we need to test this at a boss. But in the meantime, I just want to get a crazy proc where it just like goes and then goes and then goes again, you know? That is what I would like. Also, the building of the stacks is not fast. Yeah, we're going to talk about that, Matthias, but correct. All right, so now that we're at 100 stacks, how much damage does Magma do? 1,000 per hit. And how many times does Magma hit? 8 times? Bang. 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 Okay, I like the abilities that reset themselves. It's kind of fun. I do think they need good visual clarity, so you're not constantly monitoring it, but I mean, you see the line of hits. You can kind of tell. Essence of Corruption Adrenaline. Oh yeah, because that's whenever you have a lot of stacks, use a threshold, you get more, right? Bang. And then bang. And then, yeah. So I like that this makes magma good, too. It buffs magma because you're getting bonus damage for every hit. Isn't this kind of anti-Fasoa? Yeah, so I think what you do with this, like, let's do a Fasoa rotation and a Sunshine, is I believe it would look like this. Is you're still getting bonus damage on all of your abilities. But this is basically a standard Fasoa rotation. The one difference is you're getting bonus adrenaline for your thresholds. But yeah, there's definitely like an anti-synergy there, which is that you don't really want to use bleeds in your Fasoa spec. All right, let's go to a boss for this one. I think we kind of have to for this one. Yeah, the stacks go onto your target. Actually, how long do the stacks stay on for? That's a good question too. Yeah, I have some bad news about this one. I actually don't think they can go forward with this one. And it kind of sucks that that's the case, but I don't think you can do this without fixing bleeds first. That's my biggest problem with this, is so long as bleeds don't work in any group encounters, this just sucks. Well, it's not even that. Like, if I bleed a target and then someone else on my team does too,
the flow has been interrupted. He is roused.
yeah, this is just a regular facility. Wait, I still have 100 stacks. Wait, why though?
You may think you hear it speaking. Ignore it.
Wait, why do I still have my stacks? All right, it's bleeding time. Hi, Pup. Thank you for the raid. Okay, but dude, how do I insta-walk a bleed? Like, I'm assuming I just need to walk under as I cast it, yeah?
The shadow grows thicker. You must defeat him quickly.
That feels like a weird thing to make compulsory. Bleed plus BD under? Okay, do we like that though? Okay, bleed plus BD under. Bonus damage. Buffs. Low hitting stuff more, but also anti-synergy with sun because bleeds are not buffed by sunshine. Yup. Bleeds do not work in group PVM basically at all, so I hope you do not have friends. All right. Let's try insta-walking this thing in a few spots. I don't know what Raksha's like ground tile is, so we're gonna not do Raksha. What's a good boss to try this at? Like, it doesn't need to be a hard boss, just a boss that has HP and doesn't really do much.
I
Carry back? All right. Gotta walk under him already? Well, if you walk under him for the walk under, that's not gonna work. Like, that's not even gonna do it.
No, always you. Why can't you just let it be, World Guardian?
Alright. Oh, wait, I still have my 100 stacks.
I'll tear right through.
Damn, okay. That was a lot of damage, but was that my D-breath? I can't tell what that was. I'm just gonna keep spamming bleeds.
I will put you in your place.
Was that it? RIP meleeers if you walk under? Oh, wait. Well, does it cancel stuff, though, if you do that? Wait, why is it bad for meleeers if you do that?
The threads of time. The time threads have split. I'll tear right through you. I can contain
Okay.
all.
I just want to see my combust, like, actually work. Ready? Go.
The time
Nope.
threads have split.
Please work. I just want it to work once. I like that it makes magma better, even though magma isn't a bleed. Please combust. Do the thing. Bro, my bleeds are just not working. I'm literally just spamming them, and they're not.
I will put you in your place.
I have to walk the same tick as the bleed. So,
Won't heed my command,
like,
then I'll use a greater
no, you have to.
weapon,
I've got to click before.
Staff of Armadillo.
Okay, I got literally 0 procs. Let's try it again. See, because here's the thing. This is the most interesting effect by a long shot. And there are some things I really like about it, but...
No.
Combust, then click walk. Okay.
Why can't you just let it be?
So, like, that.
I'll tear right through you.
There we go. I mean, how much damage was that even? Oh, that wasn't even the thing though. That was just my gloves. That was literally just my gloves.
No, I control the threads of time. The time threads have split. I'll tear
Wait,
right
4 in a row. Wait, that was kind of cool. Do you see that? I got 4 corrupts in a row. That was kind of sick, honestly. I like that. I like that a lot, actually, but... Yeah, this effect is definitely, like, critically flawed, I would say.
all its power. The time threads have split.
I'm just not getting procs at all, either. Like, it's just not procking for me, man. AFK bars would go hard at these? I don't know that they would. Like, why? I'm never getting... I don't know why. It's never resetting my combust. I think I'm just getting unlucky, but... It is really never resetting my combust.
If the needle won't heed my command, then I'll use a greater weapon.
No, I got 0 resets. This is so sad. This is the one I thought I was gonna like the most, but...
Just let me die.
Go again.
Let me die.
What is this default UI? Wait, I don't know what you mean. I'm confused. I can't tell if you're saying you like my UI, you hate my UI, or you just don't understand my UI.
Always you.
I guess I should also probably be on a full book for this too. Oh no. Okay, we're safe.
I'll tear right through you.
Okay, ready? Combust walk. Combust walk. Combust walk? Bro, none of those boosted.
You will break beneath.
Where are the 300 bars? They're gone because I wanted people to follow what I'm doing a little bit. So, were all of those non-walked bleeds like just skill issue?
No, I control.
Like it might just be skill issue.
The tide threads have split. I'll tear right through you. I will put you in your
Just doesn't work. Like it just... Yeah. To me, this is the best concept, but it requires the most work to like...
the tide threads have
Like from a gameplay standpoint too, having to insta-tick walk a bleed like that, I don't think is necessarily good.
through you.
What's the effect meant to do? It just pops your bleeds instantly and then resets the cooldown. So like, see that? I just did the same bleed twice in a row. The thing is, I think people use bleeds as filler abilities. So when it procs, you're basically popping a filler ability twice. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't... Bleeds just don't compete with regular abilities. I think that's kind of my main issue with it, is like...
If the needle won't heed my command, then I'll use a greater weapon, the staff of Armadillo.
Even boosting the damage of the bleeds, it's just not good enough to, like, actually be good, you know? Yeah. I think that's the thing that makes this feel really underwhelming, is it's buffing abilities. Yeah, okay. Weird thing about this is most use bleeds as a filler ability. So a filler ability being reset on CD instantly apparently isn't that good. And then I'll say, in addition, bleeds in general are not that good, considering they are not boosted by sunshine or perks like precise and eruptive. What else are bleeds not boosted by? And they can't crit. I think auras, I think Maj works. takes a not good ability and makes it better, but without fixing any of the core issues with bleeds. Damage boosting prayers don't boost bleeds? What? No. No way. Wait. For real? Nah. No. No way. I'm going right now. I'm going to my house. But yeah, I just think because of how bad bleeds fundamentally are, both in group PVM and in general, it creates more anti-synergies than actual synergies. As far as I know, they don't. I think they do. I'm fact-checking you, pup. I think you're a manipulator. I think you're wrong, and I'm about to publicly make fun of you. Okay, ready? With prayer? But with prayer? Wait, my prayer turned off. Sorry. With prayer? 1242 without prayer? Hold. The goal hit is 1242. Ready? What? Okay, stop making shit for bleeds. Actually stop making stuff for bleeds. What? Why are we making bleed builds if they don't work with anything? What? I've been playing this game for 20 years, and that blows my mind. What? How have these not been fixed yet? That's crazy. What can you even boost bleeds with? That's insane. I had no idea. I had no clue. I thought they were Pup just banned a bunch of chatters misclicking. Okay, can you go back and unban them, please? Thank you. Wait, that's insane. Okay, but what about this one? What about this one? So it's like 2,700 per on. And then this one, 27. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't believe that. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stymied. I'm absolutely stymied. So bleeds don't work in group PVM, are not boosted by invention perks, are not boosted by auras, except for one of them, are not boosted by stat boosting prayers. Bro, yeah, that's crazy. Hard passes 3. 3 is the most interesting idea by far, but are too fundamentally flawed to ever be good. That's crazy. Does vulnerability boost bleeds? It should. Yeah, it should. Let's find out. What? Wait, vulnerability doesn't... No. What? Wait. I was overloaded before. Wait, maybe it does. 1312? No, I think we're safe. I think Vuln works. Vuln works. Okay. At least Vuln works. No, Vuln works. That was me. That one was me. That was on me. We found the one thing that works. Okay. That's kind of unbelievable. Yeah, so unfortunately, like, 3's a pass because are we sure the 30% more damage they deal from the wand works? Yeah. If you come up with 3 and do a full-scale bleed rework, at that point, 3's cool. But yeah, I love the idea. I love the design. I don't like the walking thing either. I will mention that too. Walking thing is sort of annoying. Yeah, there's no way people want to walk combust that often, especially on bosses that can't walk. Yeah. Holy moly. Yeah, that's wild. That's actually wild. Check with Fasoa and see if the bleeds are... I mean, they're going to be lower. Yeah. Well, no, they should be. So they should be like 900, right? Or 700. Yeah, that's fine. So they're getting boosted correctly. Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Honestly, like... But here's the thing. If they can go through with 3 and turn that into an excuse to do the bleed rework, you know? Then we're chilling. Like, that would be great. Also, the second I unequipped them, I lost all 100 of my stacks. So that's probably a, a concern point too. Yeah, so to me, if it came to a vote today, I'd vote 2. 2 is my winner because bleeds suck. Yeah, I vote 2, I think. Like, 3 is so cool too. Like, I want to like 3 and be able to use 3, but like, and the effect of like seeing the whole corruption pop all at once, like, it's really cool. It's just, it's bleeds. It's just bleeds, man. It's too bad though, and that was my concern right when they announced it too. It was like, are bleeds gonna be in a position where you can do this? And then, sorry, what does this one do? The adrenaline corruption? Let me check. Can you try the corruption effect on multi-targets? Yes, I would love to. Let's go to the Abyss. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Yeah, I'm also assuming corruption won't spread correctly. Oh, man. All right, nobody lure me, please. Surely it's gonna hit huge. I'm scared that it's just not gonna spread. Guess let's find out. Are y'all ready? Make sure our stat boosting prayer is on. Though it doesn't do anything. All right, please, work! Okay. No dice on the first crap, but they're gonna respawn. Surely this time, ready? Go. Okay. No dice. Holy, that's a... What? That's literally just what the ability does. Hello? Guys, nothing happened yet. We need to get it to proc. It's a 1 in 3. Ready? Go. It doesn't buff the spread. It doesn't work. It just proc there, and all it did was reset the... Wait! Idea! Idea! Does that mean that I can override my own bleed? Hold up. Please. Okay, we need to get it to activate twice, and we're gonna clear our own bleed. Oh, no. We're running into some bleed problems. All right, ready? Didn't proc. We needed to proc. We needed to proc. Ready? Please. Yeah, instead of getting both, I just overrode my own bleed. It just cleared itself. Yeah, no. Like, I want it to be there, but we're not there yet, chat. We're just not there yet. I'm definitely writing that down, though. You can literally clear your own bleeds with this. Corrupt in AoE. Corrupt again. Corrupt 2 will override Corrupt 1. Yeah. It's too bad because bleeds are really cool, but... Go fast people text. What do you mean? I'm always on 100. That's not related to the effect. That's just related to always being on 100. Yeah, bleed is conceptually cool, but she doesn't work. All right, let's unequip them. Put them back on. I need to wait for them to charge up. And we'll see what happens to my stats. Go. Okay, yeah, so you do get stacks really fast. Yeah, really good for stack building. This looks good for Slayer. Yeah, but most Slayer is like a couple mobs at a time now. I don't think it's quite as, Alright, I want to clear my own corruption again. I mean, I guess it's good that they do, the 30% bonus damage is nice, for sure. Plus the flat damage on top. Like, it makes the bleeds hit a lot harder, but... Yeah, that's kind of wild. I can't believe prayers don't boost your... I'm just not getting procs. Yeah, I am just not getting procs. All right, surely this time? Nope. Are these gonna be dead content? No, they're gonna be the best dual magic weapons in the game. Yeah, but like, maybe the play here is like, maybe this is like a good catalyst for them fixing bleeds, right? If we got this and along with it, they made bleeds work with stuff. That would also be a really big buff to the easy K, which would be good, but... Dude, I've been lobbying to fix bleeds for years. I really have. Dude, I'm like not even getting procs either. They don't really have competition. They could have no passive in US. Yeah, is that a bad thing? Like, yeah, I think it's fine if they're just good on their tier. If they do something else special, that's even better for me, but... Hi, Jazz. How are you? We're learning about how bleeds are really, really, really bad. All I want is to clear my own bleed again. That was so funny. All right, again, go. It's not even proccing anymore. Unlucky. You go again. Yeah, no. Bleeds are just like... I understand the desire to make bleeds cool. But there's just so much work that needs to be done before that happens. Everyone gets tier 95s the second you log in and test them out. Okay. Is there anything else kind of important to go over here? Pros passives seem really underwhelming. Effects are cool, but feels lackluster for tier 95s. Yeah, I think part of it too is... Excuse me, sorry. I think part of it is expectations. Right? The expectation that every new weapon needs to have the most powerful spec in the game and a powerful passive and also be powerful by itself. Like, I personally think that's a problem with the expectation. Because that happened after Elder God Wars. I would kind of rather they go back to something can be a little better than the last thing, and it's still the best. I don't think it needs to be the best by a lot. Okay, so it was the Destruct that we liked, right? Yeah, it was the Destruct that we liked. Yeah, we liked the Destruct. Is Steel Titan good for Solo Solak? That's a deep cut. That is a very deep cut. Would I ever try old school? Maybe someday. Not any day soon. I find it easier to manipulate the game and the people that play RuneScape 3. And that is my goal on this earth, so... I missed one! Oh my god. Yo. Oh my god, and I've been blasted instead of a sewing. Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. I saved it. I saved it. I'm going to get so many specials. Help me! Wouldn't the first set be huge on Zammy? Oh, because you already get reduced cooldowns? Yeah, it would be, probably. Wait, where's my special action button? Is it under the... Oh, no. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Help me. Help. Okay, give me just a quick... Okay. Ability tracker, I'm putting you there. Cool. Okay, help. Are we good? We're not good. Oh my god, I'm gonna die to the witch! Okay, bro. Dude, I'm having a terrible time right now. I'm not gonna lie. We're just struggling.
clan, the edicts.
Yeah, I'm definitely liking the wild magic reset though. Like when it resets, you can really output a lot of damage in a way that's pretty cool. It's nice for the gray HP too. What if the third effect counted your combust as always walked? Yeah, that would already be a lot better, I think. Hey, I keep forgetting. I can just start wild magicking with at whatever frequency I want. I gotta start spamming it. Oh no, not what I meant to do. Oh no.
Actually think that this will work, don't you? That Gathix's own tricks will stop me again.
So I'm gonna instantly get Infernus here. That's okay. Okay. Still a bit of a demon. More wild magic. Oh wait, I got the stick too. So I just want it'll reset the cooldown on my wild magic. So you can basically wild magic with impunity. Whenever you want, you could just wild magic. And it's very likely to reset. Yeah, this is the one that I think is my favorite. Wait, help. Yeah, dude, it phases so fast, too. Just having base turn I vibe, because you're already gonna G-Conk camp, right? Like, that's already the play. Will magic be the new meta? Probably not. I mean, until they touch Wind Arrows, like, nothing is gonna be better than ranged. If I'm honest, like, yeah, literally there's nothing they could do to make something more powerful than ranged. They need to make this buff wild magic and also reduce the cooldown and double the damage. What? Oops. Wait. Where did my... Was I short on a dread? I might have been. I don't know. I just want to see what they felt like. That's not accurate at all. Wait. Okay, do you think magic will be the meta once this Wanted Orb come out? Because I don't think it's close to range Wind Arrows, no? Range is too strong mostly at 5x5 bosses. Yeah, but every hard boss in the game happens to be 5x5. So, at all of the important bosses, range is really powerful. Like, what are the hard bosses in the game that aren't a 5x5? Or just large in general? Zami big, Rago big, Solak big enough, Vorkath big enough. That's a different issue. The last STB buff didn't help. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people... I'll say, the endgame people that are way better than me that I talk to were shocked that Wind Arrows didn't get instantly nerfed. And we're shocked that they made it out of the beta. Like, even when you're looking at, like, the very, very, very top 2-3 players in the game. Because Wind Arrows also buff all of the specs, too, right? Like, at a smaller boss, you can still use Wind Arrows to chuck 40k Dark Bow specs all the time. But yeah, no, there are definitely 5 things that make range really strong. Like, it's the Elder God arrows, it's the Dracolich set effect, it's the Saren God bow, it's the 100% uptime Eldritch crossbow, and then, yeah, but They're not going to nerf the Saren Godbow, though. They are probably going to nerf the one arrows, because no one has an extreme attachment to arrows, fortunately. It's funny, it's kind of broken. Yeah. Okay. I think we're kind of in agreement then. They're borked. Yeah, I do wonder though, when you're looking at the, what's it called? When you look at the Sanctum of Rebirth, right? One of my questions, or one thing that I think could be really interesting is, what if the hit chance is so bad that you need to be in DSim, and then all of a sudden it's a melee boss? What bosses do you use when? You use them everywhere if you're willing to switch into them. The way to use them, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe what you do is you get your 15 Wen stacks on basics, you switch to full arrows just for your rapid fire, and then after your rapid fire ends, you switch back to the Wen arrows for your next 3 abilities. And then after that, you leave the Wen arrows back on to get your stacks back, and then you repeat. So you go Wen, get stacks, switch into full for rapid fire, and then back into Wen. I think that's how it works. I'm not gonna get any procs. Help! See, this is the thing though. In an actual boss fight, not getting any wild magic resets does kind of shaft your rotation a little bit. Oh, I'm dead. I lived. Definitely nice for Grey HP and stuff though. See, not casual, but good. I don't think that... I actually don't agree with you at all. Like, arguably the consistent one would be better for an elite player because it's consistent. Like, doesn't... I think we just have opposing definitions of what's... Like, to me, anything spreadsheety and calculaty is not casual. And anything that is kind of a random hit button for damage is kind of more casual, just by default. No? Yeah, because to me, that's what makes this thing more casual. You can't use it for a perfect rotation. It's inconsistent. But yeah, I'd be happy with 1 or 2. I also, like, I don't have a strong preference. I think both of them are fine to me.
That's your plan. Dicks. You're already dead.
Dude, my wild magic is just not getting reset at all. Please! I just had to wait the whole cooldown. Yeah, see? It's kind of... I'm glad I'm testing it at bosses, because it is pissing me off. A little bit. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, another aspect of that is important is There's no good visual clarity, so I'm dying to the mechanics of the boss fight because I'm spending the whole boss fight staring at my ability bar. Where's sweaty beta is levels to it. Casual work well with random stuff. Being slightly better than casual memorizing a spreadsheet. Level above that is understanding the spreadsheet and improvising effectively. Yeah, that's fair. I think that's probably a good reason why. I just think, like, to me, something that, like, less experienced PvM players like is press button for damage, you know? So you get the flash, you get the screen thing, and then, you know, hey, whenever my screen flashes, I hit wild magic and it's good. Like, that's a really, really simple mechanic that someone can wrap their head around that's less experienced in PvM. What's more complex to me for a less experienced player is how to effectively utilize a cooldown reduction and get into a habit of cycling where it's like, okay, I've used a threshold, now I need to use 2 basics. Now I've used a threshold, now I need to use 2 more basics. Do you see what I mean? Like, there's a difference between the two. I personally, you know, see one as a lot more relaxed than the other one. See there? I just like didn't get a proc. This time, surely? Didn't get a proc again. Dude, I've been blasted. Yeah, see there? I just had to wait the full wild magic cooldown. There we go, got a reset. Give me one more. Okay, see, but at the end there, I got 2 back-to-back wild magic resets. Yeah. And just never happening in my sunshine. Did I change my ad settings? I believe the ad density is set to, it's either 3 or 4 minutes per hour. Which is the lowest on the recommended thing to like get pre-rolls disabled and everything else. I am not an ads enjoyer. What set effect am I trying right now? I'm trying out 2 because I felt like 2 was my favorite, but now that I'm actually trying it out at a boss instead of on a dummy, I'm actually finding it less good.
That's your plan. Dicks.
There we go, got a proc. Got another proc. Oh no. Oh boy. Yeah, there, see this? Because I got a proc, I did too much damage. And I skipped the mechanic we wanted. I think I skipped the melee. Wait, what did I skip? I skipped something. But yeah. I think no matter what they do, they need to add way better visuals to it so that you know when it's getting activated and when it isn't, but... I actually don't even know what spec I have next. Oh. Infernus. Very cool. It's like anything RNG though, right? It's like, would you rather a swing of feels good and feels bad, or would you rather a mix? See there, like I just wild magicked, it just got reset, I just wild magicked. It just got reset again, I just wild magicked again. It just, you know, that wasn't happening in my sunshine. There we go, I just got a 4th wild magic on this demon. And a 5th one. 5 wild magics on 1 demon. That's kind of wild. Swing is more fun. I think it just depends a lot on what kind of player you are. Like, I don't think... Like, one isn't objectively better than the other. It's gonna be very dependent on your preference. But yeah, right now I am noticing, and this is something I don't like about this. Oh wait, I never phased the boss. Oh god. Oops. Oh wait, we're above 1.5k. Oops. All right, let's switch it out for the other one. Let's try the consistent one. Okay, we're just gonna ignore what my bank looks like. Okay. All right. RSPM is boring and non-adaptive. This is the only place you have to adapt unless you accidentally skip a mechanic. I'm a CPM check. I don't necessarily agree with that. I also, like, I understand that people are very opinionated about PVM stuff. That's why it's good for everyone to get to make their voice heard. I think the constant barrage of, like, no, you're wrong. Actually, PVM is like this and not like this. And it's like, it can be many things for different people. And the discourse can be kind of awful to be a part of because it's two people that are both right yelling at each other. Because they think that they have to be the absolute right. Try them out for yourself. Figure out which ones you like the most. Figure out which one you think, if you disagree with me on which one is easier or harder to use, that's okay. Give that feedback. Everybody enjoys the game in a different way. Yeah, there's no need to do, like, personal attacks or, like, you know, this isn't the fate of the universe on the line here. It's the specific set effect of a wand and an orb in a 20-year-old medieval video game. It's gonna be okay. I think in general, that's also why we did 0 damage calcs or anything today, is because I just have no interest in engaging in that discourse. It instantly gets very unfun. Especially for weapons that they've already gone out and said haven't been balanced yet.
This is as far as you go.
Okay. So for this, it's wild magic, do 2 abilities. Wild magic again. Do 2 abilities. Wild magic again. Do my 2 abilities. Wild magic again.
Step into the dark. Meet your death. Feel the rage of a god.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I am glad I tried these out in a boss fight. I think I'm changing my mind. I think on the dummies, I preferred 2. I think I'm preferring 1 right now. That felt really nice. Wait, my prayer isn't even on. Oops. All right, let's do some wild magic spamming. My only feedback is I think they should make it work for Omni Power too. I'm kidding. Yeah. I guess it's like, would you rather get a chance to wild magic 5 times in a row? Or are you happy wild magicking once? Or sorry, twice or 3 times? But yeah. I also like realize like I shouldn't have to say this, but it is entirely okay to disagree with my thoughts on this stuff. We all have our own perspective, our own opinions. They're all valuable. There's no beef if you don't see things the exact specific way that I do. Wild magic. Yeah, so it's literally just 2 abilities, wild magic. 2 abilities, wild magic. 2 abilities. What? Where'd my prayer go?
As expected.
Yeah, it's interesting. But then again, does that make the rotation boring, though? To just 2 abilities, wild magic, 2 abilities, wild magic, and one of those 2 abilities is G-Conk. Because on a later pad, you're basically just doing wild magic, G-Conk, wild magic, G-Conk. Like, is that fun? I don't know. It's going to depend on the person. Hi, Andrew. How are you? Thank you for the Prime sub. EOC needs a complete from the ground up overhaul. Extreme majority of players can't be run properly, even if they want to. Major problem. Get a bunch of people who are elitists and don't want things to change. Even want things to be more difficult. But when it's already a vanishingly small amount of people who compete at high levels, the game should be more inclusive. Okay, so I have a thought about this, and the idea that like the elitists are pushing hard content when the game has gotten consistently easier for 8 years in a row, like this us versus them mentality, it needs to go out the window. Everybody's gonna play RuneScape for their own reason. If you're good at the game, you want stuff that's hard because you like a challenge, and we've lost the challenge. If you're less experienced, you want the floor, the baseline level of damage to go up so that you can access more stuff, which is kind of what Necromancy did. Like this whole one versus the other. Why not just have both? Why not make some really, really hard stuff for the people that want really hard stuff that they can do for, like, you know, make it cosmetics or whatever, or high scores or leaderboards or flex points, and then also work to simplify the combat system so that newer people have an easier time getting into it. Like, why not just do both? Yeah, anyway, I just don't like the mentality of this is the state of things, this is the truth, it needs to be like this. Why? Everybody plays the game for different reasons. Thank you for the take. Tired of people saying they hate Necromancy. Shouldn't have been a thing. Necromancy was great. Because what it did is it brought up the baseline level of damage for a lot of players. So many people got into new bosses that they couldn't kill before. I mean, if you hear Mod Ryan talking about Necromancy, they made Necromancy basically because they couldn't get the go-ahead to make any PvM content because not enough people in the community actually played it. So Necro was really important for getting people the ability to kill bosses with less inputs and less effort and less, like, that is a good thing. But it would also be a good thing if there was some really hard stuff for the endgame people that have been bored for 6 years. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just so tired of this us versus them. Like, the elitists are pushing this and this and this, and, like, are you trying to say that because they're good at the game, their opinion isn't valid? Or because they're experienced at PvM, they shouldn't get content for them? Why? That doesn't seem fair. Anyway. Not to get one guide, but man. That mentality blows my mind. There does not need to be infighting. I also think a component of it too is a lot of players that aren't experienced in PvM also want to be able to access everything, and I don't think that's fair either. You can't necessarily have it both ways. Well, you can't have it both ways. You need to accept that they can both spend a bunch of time rehauling the EOC to make stuff easier and more accessible, and also make really, really hard stuff. And when that hard stuff comes out, it's not for you. It was made for somebody else. If you want to push yourself and learn the combat system and get there, go for it. But you don't need to be upset that someone else got something for them that they liked. I'm not angry when the clue scrollers get an update. If you're 200 in the wall, did you get mad when they rework a skill or add a low-level training method because it's not for you? Why is PvM any different? I came back to RuneScape 4 months ago. I've never been a top-tier PvMer. With time and practice, plenty of deaths, I've done every boss besides Telos. Congrats! That's great. Anybody else like ducks? I'm not a huge duck guy, personally. I don't don't know. I just like I'm open to ducks, but I'm, you know. Now geese are scary. Getting decent PVM isn't difficult. Most people don't bother investing the time. See, I kind of disagree with that a little bit too. Like, I think it is hard getting into the mindset of having to manage 20 different timers all at once while dealing with a boss's mechanics. Like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, because I learned it and I invested time and I died a lot. Anybody can do that. Because a lot of people just don't find that fun, right? Do I think anybody can learn to PVM? Absolutely. Do I think anyone can master PVM in like probably a few months? Absolutely. But the roadblock there isn't necessarily that it's hard or that learners or newer players are stupid. It might be that learners or newer players don't enjoy learning it because it's set up in a very unintuitive, very janky way, and the game does no handholding. Like, both can be true, but I disagree with the idea of like, oh, anyone complaining that PVM is too hard just didn't put in the work. It's like, maybe it shouldn't feel like work. Maybe it should feel like fun because we're playing a video game. Genuinely. Like, I swear, some people forget that this is literally a video game. And when I see people that have like 20 or 30,000 hours played talking about how easy it is and how there's nothing to do, and it's like, well, yeah, probably for you, you've done it all. Everybody needs to chill. But yeah, anyway. Wand 1 or wand 2? I think I need to make a decision now. Bro, is this what LeBron felt like? Oh, man. I don't care how hard PVM is. I don't like Switch Cape. So I actually have a follow-up question for you, which is, what don't you like about Switchscape? Because here's my take on Switchscape. I think it's good as a thing that endgame players can use to optimize if they want more complexity, so long as the switches don't make up half of your damage output. If someone wants to do a switch to add 1% damage and put in extra effort, but the boss isn't designed around doing that thing, I don't see any problem with Switchscape. I think it's a perfect example of something that can be for that community and for no one else, so long as it doesn't make up half your damage. As long as you're designing stuff around someone that isn't doing a lot of switching, I don't really think Switchscape is a problem. Because at a certain point, it gets into the idea of like, I want to be able to do the most damage, but also not put in effort. But then also, I want to see someone that's putting in more effort not be able to do more damage than me. And that doesn't really make sense to me. Like, I feel like putting in effort in any form, whether it's time spent getting good perks, whether it's time leveling your stats, or whether it's time learning how to execute a switch, should probably result in more output, no? I just think it needs to be in a place where it never feels required for anybody. Which is kind of what Necromancy did, right? You can kill every boss in the game at every difficulty level, Necromancy camping with 0 switches. That's sort of a good place where I'd like it to be. Melee's in a similar spot too, where you can lane camp now after the combat rework. And you do not need switches to do a ton of damage with melee and body every boss in the game. Magic, we've got some switches right now. We've got some spell switches. We've got some wand orb, dual wield switches. And that's kind of why I want them to unlock greater concentrated blasts, so that people that want a Fasoa camp don't need to switch. But yeah, gatekeeping can go both ways, right? Someone that doesn't do switching, trying to take switching away from a high-level player because they feel bad that a high-level player does more damage than them, that's also gatekeeping. It can work both ways. It can't... Yeah. Like, for me, I think a lot of people have a conceptual disdain for Switchscape And I think a lot of the conceptual disdain for Switchcape is you see an endgame player with an invent full of switches, and you think that you need the switches to kill the bosses. And I think a lot of people that maybe don't have a deep understanding of the game, which is reasonable, a lot of people don't, feel like switches are a barrier to entry, when if you actually look at the numbers, switches aren't that important at all. Endgame players really, for the most part, use switches because you just don't need food to play this game anymore at a high level. Because Soul Split and everything else, like, there's nothing else to put in your invent other than marginal switches that make a tiny difference. But, so to me, anyway, that's my way of saying I think a lot of the Switchscape disdain is an optics thing. I think it's people that see the switches and think that they need the switches. But coming from someone that both spent the last 10 years of my life teaching people PVM, and 2, does a lot of Switchscape personally and knows how to use a lot of it, none of it is needed for anything. So yeah. It's interesting hearing the Switchscape debate now because it used to be in a spot that I would argue was pretty badly designed. Where if you weren't switching, you were losing out on a lot. Like old 4 ticking as an example. Like C4 ticking was, if you're doing all those inputs, you're doing way, way, way more damage than someone that isn't. But yeah, it isn't really like that anymore. It just, I think, for people that aren't super versed, it's hard to, you know? How to log on the beta? Go to the RuneScape website and there's instructions. Our stream community has a real problem portraying the barrier to entry as being higher than it is. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff though. I don't know. I think I'm a fairly empathetic person. And like, bro, and I've taught a lot of people PVM. And when you tell people, oh, this is an ability that works and this is what the tooltip says, but it doesn't actually work with this stuff, but it does work with this stuff. But also make sure you're throwing a vulnerability bomb every minute and then upkeeping smoke cloud every 2. And then you want to be on Incite Fear, but then once you've done your tsunami, you want to switch to the other thing. And then like just all of the baseline stuff in this game. Oh, and you have to spend all the time getting the perks, and perks are really important. If you don't have the perks, you're probably not going to pass the DPS check and you're going to die. And then you've gone through a laundry list of stuff to keep track of. Looking at even like having the right prayers on, having the right potions, having the right aura, before you even started talking about the boss you're trying to fight. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not going to act like that's good or easy, because it isn't. Just because I know how to do it, obviously, at this point, but that doesn't mean it is a good system. Like, I think it's very reasonable that people would have a ton of difficulty learning this game. It's a bit wild, honestly. Except basic FPS games, most competitive games are like that. Yeah, but RuneScape isn't a competitive game. And it shouldn't be trying to be a competitive game. There is literally nothing competitive in this game with relation to PVM. Keep it simple, trim everything down, tell people how to deal with mechanics. That's what people want. And that's it. Yeah, and Luca, I think that's why they did Necromancy, right? Necromancy does a lot of the work for you so that you can just focus on the mechanics in a way that is really, really good. I see RuneScape as a sandbox game. I do too. Only problem with the RC PVM community as a whole. My only problem with PVM is the community. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the PVM community is bad necessarily, but I do think there's a lot of us versus them and a lot of infighting and like, I don't know. I think it'd be really cool if people didn't, I don't know, hope that stuff that isn't for them gets removed because it's for somebody else and they probably enjoy it. If you're learning, your main focus should be learning how to use defensives. Most bosses can just be DPS with a full reroll bar. Yeah, which like I don't think is a bad thing for starting out. Competitive games are comparable to RuneScape because of time invested. I don't think you can categorize a game by competitive or casual based on time invested. Like, I personally don't think there's any comparison between RuneScape and a competitive game because you spend a lot of time on RuneScape and you could spend a lot of time on a competitive game, personally. I think people care a lot about the RuneScape accounts and people are very invested. That's why they can't nerf things that people have purchased because, yeah. Like, I get that. There's an attachment aspect, but I don't see the comparison to a competitive game. If you're playing RuneScape for any other reason than living out some kind of medieval fantasy adventure where you're competing with yourself or pushing yourself if you want to, or playing socially, like, you're probably not playing RuneScape for what it was designed for. Especially considering something like PVM is 100% solved. There's nothing competitive about it. Like, at every boss in the game, you can look up what the optimal rotation is, and it'll say, all right, you hit these 60 buttons in the right order, and you'll get the world record with the right RNG. Like, it's already completely solved. There's no actual competition. But yeah, anyway, it's an interesting discussion to have, but not to get like one guide or anything, but I did see like a lot of kind of fighting in the comments about PVM is like this, no, it's like this, no, it should be like this. And I think taking a second to just listen to what other people are saying and try to understand it instead of just saying, no, you're wrong, it's like this, no, you're wrong, it's like this, can go a really long way. You have 2 billion onyxes. What happened? I received a donation in the beta. None of these are actually mine. It was a Zamarok killer traded me their Zammy commons, and it was worth like 90 bill. But yeah, anyway. Okay. Chat, we need to pick a dual wield. That's where we're at. That's the current state of things. So, dual wield 1. You'd Fasoa spec and then switch and then dual wield camp. Or Fasoa UF, which is bad. We like the extra wild magic. Good in and outside of sun. Structure was nice. Requires G-Conk. Timing can be a little weird. Dual wield 2. Getting the double wild magic procs, wild magic ability, wild magic, was pretty satisfying. Big concern about scanning, where you have to constantly look at your wild magic between every ability you fire, I think is pretty bad. If it doesn't come with really, really good visuals, it's not good. It needs like a bulg sound, so you can tell when you're getting a proc. And then, yeah, when you don't get the procs, it can mess up your kill. And then we don't even need to talk about 3. 3 is dead. 3 is absolutely positively dead. I'm very sad about 3 being dead because it's the best concept and it's the worst execution. So that requires G-Conk, then it's not going to work when they switch G-Conk and Sonic Wave. They're not switching G-Conk and Sonic Wave. Look at the news post. Here. I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. We initially put the idea of switching around Sonic Wave and G-Conk to be dual 2H respectively, but from listening to player feedback since that stream, we've decided to try out a more refined approach. We've unlocked all of them, so they can all be used with 2H or dual wielding. Yeah. I got you. Bit sad we're still not going to see our Fasoa. I mean, assuming, like, once the abilities are unlocked, Is Fasoa Camp not going to be really good until you get these new tier 95s? I could see a lot of players before they get the new tier 95s. Like Fasoa will be the best camp weapon probably. If you're just picking between camping one, Fasoa Camp gets a lot of juice. Do they still share a cooldown? They do. Sonic Wave was already dead, but it's even more dead. They're doing like the coffin meme with Sonic Wave. What's the animation like? It's not finished. It looks a little scuffed. Is this in-game or only in the beta? Just in the beta. But yeah, it looks exactly the same if you do it with a staff. Here's the Fasoa. Oh my goodness, I got a Relentless. I have so much adrenaline. See, I'm getting really good procs here, where I just get to keep hammering away at Wild Magic. It's tough because the effects are so similar, but honestly, I'm leaning towards one. Which is surprising because I much preferred 2 on dummies, but as soon as I actually got into a boss, fight, I think 1's better. What are the best weapons using 99 magic? Be like a Fractured Staff of Armortal would be the strongest weapon in the game. And then you'd want to combine it with some dual wield weapons. So you could do like either Seismic Wand and Singularity, or you could do Praisal Wand and Imperium Core. Two lets noobs put Wild Magic 1 on the Revo bar. Could you not do that with 1 as well, though, and over time get the exact same amount of Wild Magics? I think you could. Dual Tile players make active decisions. Yeah. I guess the question is, how many active decisions are already in Magic for high level? Because you're already going to have to modify your rotation for your Adren. That's always going to be a thing. You have Fasoa now. Don't do it in the live game, but in the beta, yes, you do. Where will Magic end up on the DPS chart? My guess is it's going to end up very close to melee and... yeah, it's going to end up close to melee. Probably around the same as Necromancy as well. And it'll be below range. Do you use Magic? Has Wild Magic always been the backbone? Kind of. I would say Greater Concentrated Blast is like the basic ability backbone, but for damage abilities, Wild Magic is a good ability for this effect because it's really good to use a lot. Like it's pretty much universally your best or one of your best abilities you can use. How do you get the weapons? Talk to the NPC here. The weapons have a spec. The specs haven't been made yet. So Ranged is king. Yeah, so Ranged is king, but it's also the hardest style to use. So the fact that it's king, I don't think is too obnoxious just because of how good it is. Oh, sorry, just because of how hard it is to actually get the max damage. Okay, team. Well, I think we've thoroughly explored the beta. Was charging only going to be in the beta, or is it coming into the live game? This is what I heard from Sponge. Sponge let me know. Charging is not confirmed. It's mostly just in the beta to get weapons tested properly. But the current feel is that they won't have to use it. You made 50,000 spirit runes while zoning, zoning and watching the stream. Nice. We like rune crafting. Okay. I think I've tested out everything I need to. I think I've formulated my opinion. My one piece of advice for everyone in chat, though, is make your voice heard. Check out the news post. At the bottom, there are all the places you can submit your feedback. which I think is probably... I cannot believe they put a thread on the subreddit, though. That's insane. But, yeah, definitely check out the beta. Try that out for yourselves. But yeah, for me and my ranking, I think I'm going to say 1 is my favorite, 2 is my second favorite, and 3 just... Bro. I'm so disappointed about 3. Because on paper, I thought it was going to be beautiful. I really thought it was going to be beautiful. But yeah, with that said, I'm going to find someone to raid over to, and I might put together a video going over some of my thoughts on this stuff. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching the stream today. Hopefully no one is angry about just like the heavy discussion about PVM stuff. I know people get pretty intense about it. And I just wanted to say, like, I genuinely, if you disagree with the things that I say, or you think that I'm wrong about anything, like, I'd love to have a conversation about it. I think more people in the community need to have conversations as opposed to just kind of yelling at each other different things at the same time. But yeah, with that said, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you guys tomorrow, where we're going to finish our Zammy log on our Hardcore Iron Man. But yeah, I got editing to do. Take it easy, friends. Have a good evening.